tell me, what do you do when the familiar roles fall away? Retirement isn't the end of purpose. It's the opening of a new chapter where you redefine who you are. For years, you've poured yourself into family and your career. And now, the unknown is freedom in disguise. It's not about what's behind you. It's about rediscovering what excites you next. Each day is a blank page. So ask yourself, what passions will you chase now? Step forward, take the leap, and shape the next chapter of your life.
Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who've been rocking with me since day one, I greatly appreciate it. I'm G. Lewis. This is The Sip. Today I decided to get out the house. When I first got out here, to be honest with you though, man, it was kind of like very sunny. Windy, but it was sunny. But now, clouds are moving in. So I'm going to make this video briefly as possible. And I'm gonna get up out of here because I don't know if it's gonna rain or not. Probably not. Probably just some low-lying clouds just moving through. They seem to be moving pretty fast. But nonetheless, I come out here today, man, actually to get some vitamin D. But I think I'm gonna get very little of that. But since I'm out here, and I had this thought on my mind about retirement. My brother is 2 years older than I am. Got a call from him earlier this week. And we were catching up with one another. I asked him about his family. Everybody's doing good. But I noticed in his voice that something just didn't seem right. So I asked him, I was like, "You all right, bro?" He's like, yeah, I'm good. He say, "But I'm sitting here thinking, man, I'm retired." I'm like, "Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, I knew it was getting close to that time for you. Congratulations." He said, "Yeah, thank you, man." But he said, "To be honest with you, man, the day I retired, I was like, I'm retired. Now what?" I'm like, "What do you mean by that, bro? Now it's time for you to take time for yourself, get out and enjoy life, man. Pack up the missus, and get out here and see this beautiful world. That's what's up next." And he was like, "Yeah." He said, "I hear you. And we will be doing some of those things." He said, "But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That day that I retired, I was nervous, man. I was scared." I'm like, what were you scared of? I mean, you got savings, right? You got a 401 and all that. Yeah. Financially, we good. He said, "It's the uncertainty of what am I going to do with my life now. All I've known for the last 30, 35 plus years, bro, is to get up, go to work, provide for my family, take care of things." He said, "But now, the kids are gone. Nobody in this big old house but me and my wife. And I don't know what to do." I say, You'll figure it out, bro." He got quiet. And he said, yeah, you're right. Now, I had another friend of mine that I served with in the military who reached out to me about 2 months ago about his retirement. But he went on to share with me what it felt like that first day. He said, "G," he said, "the last day of work, I arrived on the job." He said, "When I parked my car and I got ready to go inside the facility," he said, "a rush of emotions came over me. I began to think about, man, what am I going to do next with my life? I got all this time on my hand." He said, "I ain't gonna lie, G, I felt kind of scared, man. I felt afraid." He said, "It's kind of crazy that I would feel afraid because financially, me and my wife are in a good place. But it wasn't that type of fear. It was the fear of what am I going to do with my life now, man? What do I have, to live for? And I was like, what do you mean? He said, no, I don't mean nothing crazy. You know what I mean? I mean, of course I love my wife and, my family, but he was saying, what I mean is, what am I going to do with my life? I don't really have any hobbies per se, anything that's going to take up a lot of my time throughout the day, like getting up and going to work. He said, so right now, that's how I was feeling that day when I pulled up on the job and I parked my car. He said, but then I got it together and I went in, punched the clock, spoke to everybody. During lunchtime, man, they brought me into the break room and they surprised me, man, with a retirement party. He said, it felt good. He said, but I got to admit, G, I felt sad, sentimental, because these people, man, have become my family over the last 25, 30 years. I know when their kids, birthdays are, many of my coworkers were real cool. I know when their kids went off to college and, just all those things. You build a tribe with people, man. And now that tribe is no longer going to be there. And that's kind of, make me feel a type of way. He said, but after the party, I went back to work. Then I clocked out for the very last time. And he said, I began to drive to the house, pulled into the parking lot. There were many cars in the yard. I already knew. The wifey done outdid herself once again. I come through the door, everybody holler surprise, but it wasn't a surprise because all the cars were there. But I played along with it like I was shocked about it. But it felt good, man. It felt good to have my kids there with me. My wife went out her way, brought in some of my, close relatives, and we had a good time, man. He said we had a very good time. He said, but I found myself kind of like pulling back and going outside for a minute. He said my wife joined me outside and said, baby, what's up? Thought you'd be happy. Now that you're retired, you can do whatever you want to do. This is your time. He's like, yeah, babe, but you know what? What am I going to do? I'm retired now. Now what? She said, you've been talking about this for the last year. I can't wait till I retire. I can't wait till I get time to do the things that I want to do. He said, yeah, I agree with that. He said, but to be honest with you, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know what it is I want to do. She was like, well, what about you like to go fishing? He was like, yeah, but there's only so much fishing I can do. Wintertime, what am I going to do? So he just started hitting her with all these, what am I going to do? And he said she like broke off from him like, man, you tripping. I'm going back in this house to enjoy myself. And I suggest you do the same thing. I said, well, what did you do? He said, I went back in the house, kicked it with my family. You know what I mean? He said, but I'm going to be honest with you, man. This first couple of weeks, a month, it's been awkward. Not, knowing what to do with myself. He said, but I'm slowly coming around. I'm going to take the wife and we're going to, go do some traveling. So I was like, all right, well, that's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. Congratulations. Enjoy yourself. And we hung up the phone. I'm less than a year away from retiring myself. So hearing my brother and my homeboy's story, all they did was get me mentally prepared to start taking actions now before that day of retirement. So I'm not going to look at it like I'm grieving or the mourning of a passing in my life of a chapter or era of my life that has taken up such a big part of my life. I'm not going to look at it like that because I'm preparing myself for that now. And one of the things that I'm doing is I'm preparing to relocate. I'm leaving the country for about 2 or 3 years. and I'm going to immerse myself in different cultures and learn about different way of living in different parts of the world. That's something that's always fascinated me. And now that I'm getting closer to that time to be able to do that, I'm going to take full advantage of that opportunity, man. Now, some of you may know, because I've shared it in the past, that me and my ex are no longer together. A 20-year relationship is now over. And once we decided to make that decision, that's when I decided, okay, G, it's time. It's time to clear your mind and do some of the things that you want to do in life. You worked hard all these years. You provided for other people. You've mentored other people. You've poured into many people. Now it's time to give that time to yourself. That's the way I'm looking at this retirement thing, man, is that I earned this. You know what I mean? I'm giving her the car and everything in the house, except all of my music equipment from my production company and some camera gear that I got along the way when I was going to college. But other than that, everything else, I'm like Marvin Gaye, man, when he wrote that last album, man, for his ex, you know, here, my dear, you can take all this, I'm good, you know. But on the flip side of that, I have seen some YouTube videos where people are talking about I'm 58 years old and I haven't saved anything for retirement. I'm 61 years old and I don't have any retirement money set aside. I've just read the thumbnails. I haven't went in and watched any of those videos. But for somebody to take the time to put a video together like that and express and being vulnerable like that to tell you that, hey man, I've dropped the ball and I don't know what I'm going to do moving forward. And I believe that's why a lot of people, seniors, are leaving America. A lot of seniors are leaving America because the cost of living is out of hand. And unfortunately, some of the videos that I've watched of expats living abroad, they are sharing their life experiences and what led them to make that decision. And oftentimes, I've heard many of them say that I'm living off of Social Security. And my Social Security is $1,200 a month, $1,500 a month. And my money goes a long way here in, I've seen some in the Philippines, Vietnam. So I got to thinking, why are so many seniors ill-prepared for retirement? If any of you are retired or close to get retirement, maybe you can answer that question for me. Why are so many American citizens, why are so many senior American citizens ill-prepared for retirement? That's all I got for y'all today, man. I'm G. Lewis. Till my next video, take care of yourself. And as always, fam, take care of your people. God bless. I'm out.